What's up, family? Let me just start this recording real quick. All right, let's get it going. Let me see here. Let me just try something real quick. Method. I'm just fixing the recording real quick and then we'll get started. I got a powerful teaching I want to share with you today. It is entitled When God Shifts the Method but Keeps the Message. This is powerful. And we're going to be the theme scripture is Hebrews 13:8. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And I want to talk about as creatives, church creatives, maybe pastors and ministry leaders, how we need to make the shift to preaching the gospel online. Now, I'm not saying get rid of the old way, but you want to add this to your repertoire. Example, website, YouTube, podcast, social media. If your church is not on these platforms, it's time to get on these platforms. And that's what this teaching is about. So go ahead and get locked in. If you have any questions, I'm going to get out the way here. If you have any questions during the, let me fix this real quick here. 1 second. Okay, let me just get out the way for you. All right, let's see. Or maybe I'll just stay in the shot because I can't figure out how to get rid of it. But if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comment section, and I would love to assist where I can. Even if it's after the live, go ahead and drop them in the comment section. All right, let's do this. Number one, God's message never changes, but the delivery does. The way God delivers the message sometimes changes. From the garden to the cross, and from the cross to the internet, the message has always been redemption, but the method has always adapted. From stone tablets to scrolls, from scrolls to the word being made flesh, from letters of Paul to post on Instagram. The message is eternal. The method is seasonal. If you're a pastor right now watching and you don't have a website that's up to date, you're missing a huge opportunity. We're missing a huge opportunity to reach people. Okay? The gospel isn't outdated. Sometimes our strategy is. My goodness. Okay, let's go to number 2. Don't worship the method, worship the God who moves. When Jesus came, people missed him because they were loyal to the old method. The law, the temple, the sacrifice system, the method had become their idol. In the same way, many churches today love their methods, their programs, flyers, and events more than they love innovation led by the Spirit. But when God shifts the delivery, faith says, let's move with him. The ark moved, the cloud moved, the word moved. If God is moving online, we want to move there too. And he is moving. Lives are being impacted. Souls are being saved. I mean, I could give you testimonies of how our website and our church, Victory Outreach Cape Town, I used to oversee that website, how our website has reached many people. Our Google My Business has reached many people. Why? Because we show up in Google where people are searching for answers. But that's another topic for another day. But God is reaching people online. If your heart is for evangelism, the new method, not saying get rid of the old, but the new method is online. I mean, imagine if all of your church members broadcasted live on Sunday morning service on their Instagram. Say, hey, join me for our church service, or their TikTok, or whatever it may be, or you had a ministry dedicated just to that. Every time you had an event, prayer meeting, discipleship, revival, they're going live or they get footage from that. Even going live would be cool, but it'd have to be a ministry, going live and maybe chopping up footage from that. It's powerful. It's powerful. Number 3, the shift is the sign that God is speaking again. Between Malachi and Matthew, heaven was silent. Then boom, Jesus came. The word spoke again through a new form. Likewise, we're in a new communication era. The Spirit is still speaking. And one of the ways he can speak to a hurting world is through our online presence. Websites, podcasts, social media, They aren't distractions, they're digital pulpits. Now, they can be distractions if you use them wrong, but they can also be your new digital pulpit. YouTube is the new street corner. You want to get radical on YouTube. The church isn't leaving the building, it's expanding its voice. A lot of people say, well, if we go online and the church isn't going to come to the building. No, you're expanding your voice. If you do it right, you can reach people and get them to come into your church building. And I teach a master class on that. So if you want information on that, drop it in the comment section. I teach churches how to avoid 5 mistakes that churches are making when they're building their online presence. Okay, so here's a key quote. If Jesus could walk dusty roads to reach people, we can walk digital roads to do the same. Good stuff. All right, let's go to number 4. Your website is the new wilderness rock. Like Moses, many leaders are still striking what used to work, old models of ministry. But God told Moses to speak to the rock. That rock is the digital, it could be the digital world. Right? It's waiting for a word. Speak through your website, speak through your videos, your messages online. When is the last time maybe you put a testimony together on a video and put it on YouTube or put it on Instagram or put it on TikTok? Imagine testimonies of lives being changed. People are searching for answers online. You can optimize your website for keywords that people are searching in Google. And then when your website shows up, they can connect with you. Maybe they're searching for how to find a free rehab, or how to find a evangelistic church, or how to find a new church. And those are Christian words, right? How to find a new church. But unsaved keywords are like how to find a drug rehab, or how to find a rehab center, how to fill out a job application. I know it doesn't seem like it could be an outreach, but it can, because if you write an article on how to fill out a job application, that blog links to your church website. People that are not saved are probably typing that in because it's an unsaved keyword, right? They can get connected to you from your website. There's so many different keywords that you can optimize your website for, or your blog for, that people are typing in that are not saved, and they get connected to you from that. That's powerful, especially if your church has a free rehab home. There's people that are searching how to find a rehab, how to find a drug treatment center. Imagine you write a blog on that, and then your blog shows up and people find out you have a free rehab in your church and they connect with you. I've seen it happen. Okay. So the rock could be the digital world. It's waiting for a word. You can speak through your website, your videos, your messages online, and watch living water flow to a thirsty generation. Here's a key takeaway. The power is not in the tool. It's in the word spoken through the tool. All right, let's go to number 5. Every shift requires a fresh yes. Romans 8:14 reminds us that those who are led by the Spirit are sons of God. Every time God shifts, we need to say yes again, to learn, adapt, and follow his new direction. That's the hard part, is to learn something new, right? To adapt to something new. It's not that we don't really want to reach people. It's that, man, I got to learn something new, right? That's the hard part. Every new method God gives is another invitation to multiply his message. So I want to encourage you, pastors, creatives, even creatives. Sometimes what you learned 5 years ago can be outdated today. What we learned a year ago could be outdated. There's so many evolving, right? There's so many things evolving. You got AI now that's on a whole nother level, that if we're not tapping into that to use it to spread the gospel, we could be missing out on opportunities. So we might still be back, a year ago, 2 years ago, it wasn't that popular. So it's constantly shifting. And you and I, we want to stay on the cutting edge. So every shift, it requires a fresh yes, and that's learning something new. Like the 4 men who carried the paralytic to Jesus, right? They went to the house. It was packed out. They had to think of a new method. The door was closed, so they had to think of a new method. So they thought of the roof. It took more work. It took new tools. It took new methods, because it was easier to go through the door than it was to climb up the roof. So they had to figure out how to get up the roof, how to lower the man from the roof. You see, so it took more. They had to learn. They had to adapt, but they got the man to Jesus. That's good stuff right there. All right, let's go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. Revelation to application. From Malachi to Matthew, God was silent. From Moses to Jesus, methods changed. God is still speaking and reaching people. Let's not get left behind. Don't let what used to work stop us from stepping into what God is using now. The world is thirsty. The question is, will you strike with tradition or speak through transformation? You can do this online. If you have any questions on how to take your church's online presence to another level, drop them in the comments section. I would love to assist where I can. Also, if this video has given you any value, don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe. It's your boy, Pastor Dre. God bless.